The waves crash against the shore. The sky glows with the last light of summer. And in this moment, one choice will change everything. Belly has carried 2 hearts, 2 brothers, and 1 secret wish. But tonight that wish comes true. Asterisk the screen. Fades in with the sound of the ocean. The camera moves slowly across the beach sand, shifting under the tide, the horizon burning with a golden sunset. Over this imagery, a soft and emotional piano track plays. Setting the stage for the most important decision of Belly's life, a narrator's voice carries us back. It began years ago. With summers full of laughter, beach bonfires, and stolen glances, Cousins wasn't just a place. It was a story where Belly found herself torn between 2 brothers. Jeremiah, the light. Conrad, the storm. The visuals cut to quick flashes. Jeremiah and Belly laughing together, racing into the ocean with carefree joy. Conrad and Belly sitting side by side on the porch, silence heavy between them, eyes speaking what words never could. Belly standing alone, her hair whipped by the wind, a question written across her face. Who does her heart truly belong to? The narration continues, weaving the tension tighter. Every summer brought them closer. Every goodbye left a mark. Every smile, every argument, every moment whispered the same truth. She couldn't have them both. The pacing slows. We see Conrad staring at the ocean, deep in thought. Then Jeremiah smiling brightly at Belly, his warmth lighting her up. The brothers are shown in contrast, one steady and reliable, the other distant but magnetic. She tried to choose before. She thought she knew her heart. But hearts are not so simple. Sometimes they wander, sometimes they break, and sometimes they know exactly where they belong, even if it takes years to admit it. The music swells. Softly, and the screen cuts back to Belly walking down the pier, the boards creaking beneath her feet. Her steps are slow, heavy with memory. Each one carries the weight of summers past. Each one moves her closer to the truth. And now, in Season 3, Episode 9, the choice is no longer a dream. It's real, it's final, and it's here. Frame lingers on Belly's face, unsure, emotional, but determined. The shot freezes for a heartbeat, the tension almost unbearable. Fade to black. Asterisk, the camera drifts into soft focus. Belly's memories unfolding like film reel she can't turn away from. We see Jeremiah first. His laugh ringing out over a crowded bonfire, sparks flying into the night sky. He's playful, alive, easy in every moment. With him, life always felt simple, warm, and full of joy. Jeremiah was the safe harbor, the calm. After every storm, he never let her feel alone, never let her doubt the way he cared. His love was steady, open, and true. He didn't ask her to change, he only asked her to stay. The shot shifts Jeremiah, splashing her in the waves, spinning her around in the shallow water, both of them smiling so wide it feels endless. The colors are bright, sunlit, full of energy, but then a sharp cut. The screen fades into Conrad. The world looks different around him, muted, slower, shadows falling longer on the sand. He's standing by the waterline, hands in his pockets, eyes cast out into the distance. His love was never simple, with storm clouds, thunder, and sudden breaks of light. Conrad was the question she could never stop asking. Distant at times, tangled in his own battles, yet every look, every moment pulled her in. With him, nothing was easy. But nothing ever felt more real. Flashbacks scatter like fragments. Conrad slipping his jacket over her shoulders when the night turned cold. The way he looked at her like she was both a dream and a secret he couldn't say out loud. That kiss they shared under the stars, one that left her wondering if it was enough to last a lifetime. The contrast sharpens. Jeremiah's warmth versus Conrad's depth. Laughter versus silence. Certainty versus the unknown. 2 brothers, 2 futures. One heart caught in between. The music begins to rise, a heartbeat in the background pulling us closer to the decision. Belly's voice in narration or imagined overlaid softly. I thought I knew. I thought I could walk away. What? But the truth, is, every step, every summer, brought me back here. To him. The screen shows Belly standing at the edge of the pier again, torn between memory and reality. Behind her, the ocean swells like it's holding its breath, and tonight she can't run anymore. Tonight she chooses. Fade out, leaving only the sound of waves and the tension of what's to come. Asterisk, the night is still. The only sound is the hush of the ocean, waves rolling in and pulling back like the rhythm of a heart. Belly stands at the end of the pier, frozen, her breath caught between the past and the future. The world felt quiet in that moment, as if the ocean, the stars, even the air itself knew she was about to change everything. Her feet move slowly, the wooden boards creaking under her steps. Each sound echoes, heavy and final, as though the pier itself is holding its breath. The camera cuts to her hands, nervous, clenched, then loosening. To her face, eyes, glistening, but not from sadness. From clarity, the screen splits. Jeremiah waiting behind her in memory, his easy smile bright as firelight. Then Conrad ahead, standing in shadow, his shoulders tense, his gaze lost to the horizon. Every step was a memory. Every glance backward reminded her of the love she'd already known. But every step forward whispered of the love she could not let go. The music shifts, no longer soft, but rising, pulsing with suspense. A single note stretches long, a thread pulling the viewer toward the inevitable. Belly walks closer, her heartbeat syncing with the rhythm of the score. The narration returns. Slow, deliberate. She had tried to outrun it, tried to deny it, tried to bury it beneath laughter and promises. But there are some truths you cannot escape. Some people you cannot forget. The shot widens, the pier stretching endlessly, the ocean glowing with reflected moonlight. Belly looks small against it all, but her steps never falter. The camera moves closer to Conrad, his face still, unreadable, his silence heavy with years of words unspoken. For a moment, the world seems suspended. The music stops. Just the sound of waves. Just the sound of her breath. This wasn't about choosing comfort. This wasn't about choosing safety. This was about choosing the one who had her heart all along. Her last step lands. She stands before Conrad now. The camera lingers on her eyes, searching his, on his lips parting as if to speak. On the unspoken question hanging between them, but she doesn't need to say anything yet. Choice is already written in the way she looks at him. Fade. Too black. The silence roars. Asterisk, the night air holds still, as if the world itself is waiting. Conrad turns toward her, and for the first time in what feels like years, his eyes soften, not guarded, not distant, but open, vulnerable. Belly takes a slow breath. Her voice doesn't come right away. It doesn't need to, because in the silence, the truth is already alive. Sometimes love doesn't shout. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it's been there all along, waiting for the courage to be seen. The camera lingers on Conrad's face, the flicker of disbelief breaking into hope. His lips tremble, not with words, but with the weight of every summer, every fight, every kiss they tried to forget. Then, Belly steps closer, just inches away. Her hand brushes his hesitant, then steady. That single touch says everything. This was the moment she stopped running. It's the moment she stopped pretending. The moment she chose him. The music swells not fast, not triumphant, but tender, like waves pulling gently back to shore. A soft piano mixes with strings, creating the sound of release. Conrad lowers his head slightly, his voice breaking in a whisper we almost can't hear. Are you sure? Belly looks at him, eyes shining, and answers without hesitation. I've always been sure. Their hands laced together. The world around them falls away. No Jeremiah, no doubts, no summers left to wonder. Just this moment. Just them. It wasn't about the perfect summer anymore. It wasn't about what could have been. It was about what was always meant to be. And now, finally, it was real. The camera pans out two figures standing on the pier, holding each other against the backdrop of the sea. The stars burning bright above them, the music fades, leaving only the sound of waves. On screen, the final words appear in soft, glowing text. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Season 3, Episode 9, Belly chooses Conrad, fade to black. Asterisk, asterisk. The screen stays black for a few seconds longer than expected. Silence stretches. The audience is left to sit in it, to breathe with it. And then, softly, the sound of waves rises again, low, steady, eternal. The camera fades in. Conrad and Belly still standing on the pier, hands locked together, their silhouettes framed by moonlight. Nothing dramatic happens, no kiss yet, no sweeping gestures. Just stillness, just peace. Sometimes the loudest moments are the quiet ones, the ones where nothing is said, yet everything is understood. The camera slowly circles them, capturing the way Conrad looks at her now, as the girl from his memories, not as someone he once loved and lost, but as the choice, the present, the answer. Jeremiah's face flickers across the screen for a second. In a flashback, his laughter, his warmth, his loyalty. The narration continues, soft but heavy. Her choice came with love, but it also came with loss. Choosing one brother meant breaking the heart of another, and even in joy there is always a shadow. The visuals hold Belly and Conrad in focus, but Jeremiah's absence is felt, like an echo left behind. The score shifts, layering both hope and ache strings soaring, but threaded with a low aching note beneath. Love is not simple. It never was. But this moment wasn't about easy answers or safe promises. This was about honesty, about facing the truth she carried in her heart all along. The shot widens to show the pier, stretching out into the endless dark water. Belly and Conrad appear small, but unshaken. Together, then the narration delivers the final reflective punch. This summer began with questions. It ends with a choice. Not the end of her story, but the beginning of the one she was always meant to live. The music fades, leaving only the whisper of waves, till even that disappears. On screen, glowing text appears once more. More love. More heartbreak, more cousins. Season 3 continues. Fade to black, asterisk, the screen is dark for just a heartbeat too long. Then soft text fades in over the black background. One choice was made. But what comes after? The sound of waves rolls. Back in, but this time, they're heavier, cawing like a question, not an answer. The camera shows Cousins Beach at dawn. The light is new, sharp, and filled with promise. But the house sits in the background, quiet, holding its secrets. Love stories don't end when someone chooses. They begin. With every choice comes consequences. With every answer comes new questions. Quick flashes appear, teasing what could come next. Jeremiah alone on the porch, staring out at the sea, his smile gone. Belly looking back at the beach house one last time before turning toward Conrad. A journal closing, a hand gripping the cover tightly. The music grows more dramatic, now not soft. Not peaceful, but pulsing with energy, like a heartbeat that refuses to calm. Whose side were you on? Did she follow your heart, or did she break it? Text appears boldly on screen, glowing in summer colors. Asterisk, the screen stays black. A faint echo of the ocean lingers, softer now, like the tide finally resting after a storm. Then, one last image fades in. A shot of the Cousins Beach house, empty, bathed in the warm glow of morning light. Every summer tells a story, but not every story ends the way we expect. Slow shots flicker across the screen. Belly's necklace, glinting in the sun. Conrad's hoodie draped over a chair. Jeremiah's footprints fading in the sand. Each image vanishes as quickly as it appears. Like memories dissolving, the narration continues, steady, reflective. Some loves are meant to be lessons. Some loves are meant to be chapters, and some are meant to last forever. The music swells for one last time, strings and piano colliding into a soft, powerful crescendo. The screen cuts to black again. Then the final words appear in glowing white text. Centered and unshakable. The Summer I Turned Pretty. Season 3. The story isn't over. A single beat of silence, and the sound of a wave crashing, sharp and final, cuts through. The screen fades out completely.